Welcome to this third video of the series 3D modeling with Blender. Today we're going to be learning how to do a small animation using characters. One character is a space creature that we created on Blender, and the other one is a spaceship that we created on Tinkercad. So the first step is to export and import to Blender the spaceship that we created on Tinkercad. To do so, I'm going to go to Tinkercad. I'm going to look for my spaceship, which is here, and I'm going to say download. I'm going to download it as OBJ, and this will download a zip file. So it's important to know that that zip file has to be open in order for us to be able to access the files. So if I go to downloads over here, you're going to see that I have here a zip file. So normally in this case my OS open it already, but if you don't have it like this, if you don't have the folder, just double click and that will let you pick those files. So here we have two files. One is obj and the other one is .mtl. So one contains the shapes and the other one contains the structure and the colors of my character. I'm gonna open Blender now. Blender. And what I will do now on Blender is that I'm gonna erase that with X. I'm going to open my space creature, color creature, don't save. I'm gonna open that and then I'm going to join everything. Right now, if I only click here, I only move the eyeball. So I want to group everything. So for that, I'm gonna click outside, select everything, and then I'm going to click Control J like this. And now when I move anything or scale or rotate anything, that applies to the whole object. Okay, I'm going to go to File, Save, Export. I'm going to export it as OBJ again. I'm going to call it Space Creature. It's inside of Blender files. And now I'm going to create a new file. I saved it already. Now that I'm here in my new file, I'm going to erase the cube and I'm going to go to File, Import, and then I'm going to import first my Tinkercad file. So I'm going to go to Downloads, Space Goose, and I'm going to open both. And now I get here my file. So here I just have to change the rotation. I'm going to change the rotation around X to 0, and now I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. So here on my right hand I have scale, so I'm gonna scale everything to 0.1, so a tenth of my original size. All right, so I'm zoom in. Okay, so here I have my Tinkercad file already in Blender. Now I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna say import obj, and I'm going to look for my creature. So this is the space creature. I'm gonna open it here, and now I have my space creature. So I'm gonna set up the first, let's say the starting value. Well, not the starting values, but how should it look at the beginning? Remember, we're doing an animation. So what I will do here is again change by clicking on the creature. I'm going to move it. I'm going to rotate it so the creature is going to be looking at the spaceship. I'm also going to make it a little bit. I have the option to make the creature smaller or bigger, or the spaceship. I will do the spaceship smaller. So again, 0.05, 0.05, 0.05. All right, so it looks like a giant head is chasing my spaceship. All right, so I'm gonna go to the menus here on the top. I have layout, modeling, sculpting. I'm gonna go to animations. So remember, here in animation, very important, the window on the right shows me our work plane, right? You see the axis and everything. But the window here on your left is actually showing us the view from the camera. So if I click here on the camera and I change the location, I will see that I'm changing the perspective. So actually here you see the camera. I can point the camera somewhere else, zoom in, zoom out, like this, okay? I can also lower the camera on the Z-axis, so I start from here. I could also rotate the camera up and down. So as you can see, when I'm moving the camera or the perspective, I'm not really moving my objects. I'm just moving the perspective here, left and right. Okay, so I'm just gonna go a little bit far away. I want the camera to be filming them from the side at the beginning. So something like this. All right. So once I have that, I'm gonna go and I'm going to do my animation. I'm going to click the spaceship. I'm going to rename this. It's called um, OBJ0. That's my spaceship. You can rename it so you know it's your spaceship and your creature. I'm gonna click on the spaceship and then I'm gonna go to the keyframe number 1. So remember that when we're doing animations on Blender, we create a keyframe which will be the position of my object in that specific moment. So here we have our timeline. I'm gonna go to 0. So that's gonna be our first keyframe. In order to create a keyframe, I'm just gonna click on the dots here, dot, next to location X, Y, Z. I'm gonna click on the dots here, and I turn those dots into rhombus. So that means that I'm creating keyframes for that specific location. So that's gonna be 0, 0, 0, 0, and then I'm gonna go to 20. So after 20 frames, my spaceship's going to be maybe moving here. I'm gonna make it move and also, whoops, go near the camera. So I'm also going to change the rotation. It's going to start looking like this. So it's gonna be going against the camera. So remember, I'm not rotating the camera anymore. I'm just rotating the. I'm just rotating my like this. I'm just rotating my object. Okay. So basically, my object is here. Okay. So it's going towards the camera, and then I'm going to click in all of the rhombuses to make them white. And now, if I click the spacebar, you see how the spaceship is going towards me. All right. So I can go now to 60 or 40. It's up to you, depending on how fast you want your character, your object to be. And I can move it again, so we can go this way. It's turning around a little bit. Here, it's going up a little bit, like that, like that. Whoop. Like this. And again, I add the keyframes here by clicking in the rhombus. So it looks like this. So basically the spaceship is going towards the camera. Now how do we make it so the character is following us, or the creature? We're gonna click on the creature, and again we create a first keyframe and 0. Okay, now we're gonna go to 20. So after 20, the face moves like this, like that. Now, if you're unsure of, or if the creature is actually following the character, remember that you can change the perspectives here. So here we can change the perspective. So we actually see that the face is following the spaceship. So let's see, it has to go down a little bit. So yeah, that looks good. Maybe a little bit. Let's move it a little bit on like this. All right, so that will be frame 20. We create the keyframes here. All right, and then we go to this last view on 60. So it goes here 60, and on 60 the camera is near, so it's approaching here. Maybe the face is also very near, like just about to bite our spaceship. So I'm just gonna move here on the z-axis. Oh, that was too much. See, so you're gonna go to the back. Let's go. All right, so now again we click in the rhombus to create the keyframe, and now it looks like this. So basically we have the spaceship being followed by the monster or the creature. In the next video, I will show you how to add a background. In this case, we're going to talk about HDRI, which are high dimensional. We're going to see next class. And we're also going to talk on how to rotate the camera. If you have any questions, please write it down in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.